Time is fleeting. I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm in a Rocky Horror kick.
Yeah, you wanted to talk about Rocky Horror on 420. That doesn't make a lot of sense.
What are you talking about? That's like the ultimate 420 movie. That and Fantasia.
Fantasia.
Did you ever watch Fantasia? What were they on, man?
I don't know. Listen, can we talk about the Super Mario Brothers movie?
You saw it?
Saw it today.
Oh, don't spoil it. I haven't seen it yet.
This might be a good first topic.
You're gonna ruin it.
I'm not gonna ruin it. I saw it, and it was
good or bad.
I won't even give you an opinion on it. But what I want to say about it is, I had one of those mind-trippy, mind-blowing moments
in Super Mario Brothers,
where I was like, I can't believe I'm sitting here watching a Super Mario Brother movie with my kids
while stoned.
That wasn't stoned stuff.
Okay.
And they have like all the. Let me tell you something. The first, I won't tell you what, but the first like 5 minutes, you have to keep your eye on the whole entire screen. You have to look at everything because in the background they put all these little like Easter eggs in it for us, for people who grew up.
Okay.
On Mario Brothers.
Okay.
And it was just a little like I couldn't believe I was watching this movie. It was like exciting and like.
Did you tear up?
I didn't tear up.
Passing the torch down to your kids.
I didn't tear up, but it was just a strange. I don't know.
Have your kids played Mario yet? Have you showed them Mario?
Well, that's the other weird thing. They've played.
They even know who the hell he is.
They know Mario Kart. They'll never know Mario the way we do.
Why? You could get that.
I guess I could, but they're so. I mean, maybe I could. They play Minecraft. Minecraft's graphics are so
Dude,
shitty.
I have Mario. I have the original.
Yeah.
Just get one of those things that has like 1 million games on it.
I should probably do that for them. They couldn't have. Like, I just realized it was okay, here's what was amazing about it. We were watching the same movie, but it was really 2 different movies. Does that make sense?
You're blowing my mind right now, man. I'm too drunk for that. Don't do that to me, man.
Like what they were getting out of it was so drastically different from what I was getting out of it. Because I was getting nostalgia. I was getting, oh, that's right. There was the
don't spoil anything.
No. I'm saying forget the Super Mario 1. Do you remember the Mario from the first Donkey Kong?
Yeah.
Like that Mario. Then there's Super Mario. Then there's the second game, right, on Nintendo. The second game
was weird.
The second game, do you know the story behind that?
No. All I know it was like a complete departure from everything Mario. It was so weird.
So the company puts out Mario, it blows up. And now they feel like, oh my God, we have to follow this up with a sequel. They know they need to get this thing out as fast as possible. So they bought a ready-made game.
Really?
And just converted it all to Mario. Yeah, that's why none of it ever made any sense, because they were just like, oh my God, we got to put out a sequel.
I mean, it sort of did. I was still convinced it was a Mario game, but it was like you had the potion and you turned into a door and you had this giant eagle that would shoot eggs at you. What the fuck was that?
Yeah, so all right, so there's that Mario 1, 2, 3. Then you get Super Mario, and you forget that there's been like 40 Marios.
That's too many Marios.
You know, there was Super Mario, then there was N64 Mario.
There was that 3D one where he runs around the castle and shit.
There's that.
That's my impression, by the way.
That's pretty good. There's Mario Kart, right? Which is what like my kind of kids know him from.
Of course. Who doesn't know Mario Kart? It's great.
And it's just, you know, it's a weird, you know, so there's all these different versions. So you don't realize how much that's like a part of your little culture until you start to see them throw it at you nostalgically in this movie. And then you're like, oh my God, really?
What ticks me off nowadays is that they have no people making movies don't have any balls anymore. It used to be live action, practical effects like Ninja Turtles. That was the best Ninja Turtles movie ever. Was the one back in 1990 or whatever the hell that
Yeah,
was.
the first one.
Or then now they want to make a Ninja Turtles movie. They're all CGI'd and the effects are ridiculous. You can't tell what the hell's happening, and the turtles don't look like they look ridiculously stupid.
I feel like you're in my mind right now.
I want a practical Ninja Turtles. I want a practical Super Mario. They tried to make Super Mario Brothers back in the 90s and it didn't work. That was just a god awful mess.
I watched it though. Every time it was, I don't turn that one off.
It's one of those you hate it so much, but you got to watch it.
Yeah, yeah, it is. But
It's so ridiculous. It has nothing to do with the game. But
yeah, I saw the Ninja Turtles. There's a new Ninja Turtles movie. It's a preview. I saw the preview. I mean,
wait, what?
Step that over.
Wasn't it like a Seth Rogen thing?
Yeah, Seth Rogen made the new one. Yeah.
Is it a cartoon?
Yeah. It's like one of those weird drawings, like you're looking at a comic book drawings. It's what it is.
No.
Yeah. Let's say hey to everybody. Paul, Coco,
all the members in the house.
Big C, Bill, just Bill, Beat My Drum.
Beat My Drum. All you guys, thank you so much for being here on the 420 show. Anthony partook in a gummy or two. What did you do exactly?
Let me tell you about that.
All right. I'm doing, I got margaritas going.
What number margarita is that?
Well, they're about this size. I finished one already. This is number 2.
Oh,
and this much tequila so far.
I think, and we'll start to bring people on in a couple minutes.
I'm a lightweight though, so I'm pretty toasted already. I can't drive. I can tell you that. These aren't Spanx, by the way. Someone said they're Spanx in the.
They look like Spanx.
This is a paper bag that my tequila came in.
Nice. What tequila is that? That looks like awfully.
I found this in the street. I pulled it off of a homeless guy. He was asleep, so I didn't think he'd mind. No, it's
good.
Thank you. It's whatever this agave is. Agavale.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
Oh, but it is, my friend.
Yeah, it's good.
But it is. Packs a wallop.
What celebrity's tequila is that? Tom Arnold's?
I drink Tom. You know, if there was anybody I'd trust to know his tequila,
it's Tom Arnold.
Tom Arnold. I don't want some celebrity that's not drunk all the time.
Mm-hmm. All right. So here's what happened. Got a new package of gummies. Yesterday decided, let me take one to test the waters out. Because the last package, we talked about this. Everybody was telling me that I've built up a tolerance. I don't think so.
You took like 2 in your.
So life. I took. Yeah, that's right. Thank you.
What the fucking tolerance did you build up?
Like, what tolerance are you talking about? So, but anyway, yeah. So I took one yesterday, and I got to tell you something. I started to feel it midway through the podcast, but I was also drinking the tequila, so I couldn't tell.
Oh, dude.
I don't know what was what.
Have to have an intervention.
No.
You're mixing gummies with tequila?
Yeah, well, my wife had one. She gave me a sip. She made a margarita. She gives me a sip before we start the podcast. Now it's like on my mind. I was like, it was really good because she made like it with like coconut too. She put like coconut in it.
Dude.
It was very tasty.
Who buys coconut?
So it's like a coconut. You get like the syrup. It's not like a, you know.
Still, all right. That's even weirder. Who buys coconut syrup?
Coconut syrup's the thing.
I never heard of coconut syrup, but okay.
Well, if you're making a pina colada, you got to get the coconut. I think it's like a coconut thing they put in there.
Yeah, I've never made a pina colada.
Anyway, so I had that, so I couldn't really tell, but it didn't feel like the way others have, where you take a little. So I thought today I will do 2. Right, took that around 4 because I wanted to make sure that I would be ready. Unlike the year that we took it, I took it when we started the episode, and it took 2.5 hours. to fucking work.
I remember that.
That was a nightmare. Anyway, so I did that. And then about an hour before the podcast, I'm like, I don't know. I'm not feeling it. And I don't want this to be a dud. So I took another one. So.
Oh, so you're 2 in the hole. 3 in the hole? Oh, my God.
Yeah.
How many fingers I got up?
No, but I'll tell you what. I'll tell you the honest truth. I think they're right. I think I did build up a pretty quick tolerance.
How does that happen after like 2 times of doing it?
I don't know. The first time I had one, I took like a half of a 40 milligram, and was like, whatever those were, though, those were like intense. Maybe somebody can help me. I don't know. Somebody wrote me this huge message on Instagram how they want to be on this episode and what do they do. I'm gonna click the link. They put a lot of pressure on me. I'm like, oh my God, they really need to be on this thing. I don't know who. I don't know. I don't see the same name, and I didn't recognize the Instagram name.
Oh, you see?
I don't know.
All right, are we bringing anybody on? What are we doing?
Yeah, I was in the middle of the story. Did it matter?
I don't remember what you were talking about, dude.
No.
Something about Super Mario. I don't know.
Super Mario was blowing my mind. It was so like, I couldn't believe I was sitting there with my kids watching this crazy shit. He's eating, even just dude, you have no idea how fucked up you're going to be. The sounds, like the last time you heard the going down the tube sound, or the sound when he eats the mushroom and he grows, like all this stuff, it's fucking crazy.
You were high when you saw it.
No, I was
not a doubt in my mind.
All right.
And you drove your kids there too.
I'd stop it now.
Part.
What
do we got here?
All right, this is Hey, Would You Blow Me?
Oh my goodness. Hey, would you blow me? How we doing, buddy?
Yeah.
Happy 420.
Happy 420, my man.
Hey, happy 420, buddy. Look at you. Oh, look at this guy celebrating. He's doing the whole thing.
Lighting up the pipe, Gandalf style.
Yeah, definitely 420 for sure.
Very nice.
See, I can't be one of these guys, Frank. I can't. Look how cool he looks. I can't.
No, you're not a pipe guy.
No, I'm not a pipe. I wish, God, what I would.
Your beard has to be 3 feet longer, and you got to wear a big pointy hat. That's what you got to do.
If I could walk around with a smoking jacket and a pipe, I fucking would do it.
Here's my smoking buddy.
Oh, who's that?
It's Ozzy.
Ozzy.
Oh, look at Ozzy.
What's up, buddy?
Look at them. Well, he has no idea that you're even.
No, he doesn't. Ozzy. Ozzy.
Wait,
taking Janine's place. That yawn. It reminds me of someone.
That was pretty good. She does yawn a lot.
Yeah, right on cue.
All right, see you guys later.
Oh, Haywood. All right. All right. I mean, it's just nice to get the face with the name. And
that was great. That was great. I'll see you later.
Stay as long as you want. Jump out whenever you want to.
Oh,
I'm
man.
just saying, if there's anything you want to talk
he's
about.
He's making fun of Janine, you idiot. She leaves early.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought he was. I'm drunk. Leave me alone. No judgments today, all right?
The liquor's got him slow. It's all right.
I'm a lightweight, one and done. I can't. You know.
With this toy.
Sorry. So welcome to the show. First time. It's your first time on the show, right? Second time.
I told the Halloween story.
That's right. Yes,
that was a good story.
That was.
Yeah, I missed about half of it, but it's not Halloween time yet. This is 420, so we'll not go into that.
That's all right.
Well, this guy was fucking singing the Time Warp before the show started.
It's Halloween somewhere.
So am I the only person in the waiting room, or we're not being able to do more than one at a time, or what?
No, we'll bring people around. I don't know. I can't.
Anthony's having trouble reading the board.
3 people keep coming in and out. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, we sat in there for a while, not realizing what was going on. I think there.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Somebody was,
So it's very sunny by you. Whereabouts are you?
Everybody's a little inebriated right now, so
yeah.
Right. Where are you from?
I'm from Illinois, but I live in Roanoke, Virginia.
Virginia. Okay, so same time.
Virginia.
A little south of you guys. Same time on. Yeah.
Yeah. Virginia's nice this time of year.
Very nice, actually. It warms up real quick. We're south, but not too far south. Yeah.
That's nice. Good food down there.
Yeah, good ocean food. Yeah, a lot of
Ah,
type food coming up from like North Carolina and stuff.
you know what I haven't done in a long time is just order a huge thing of crabs. You have a good crabs down there?
Oh, not well. Red Lobster. We're not close enough
Ah,
to do that, but yeah.
all right. Let me know when they get crabs down there, and I'll come to Virginia.
I love a good goddamn crab.
You know, there's this place by us. They give you a literal like what was it, like a net full of crabs, and they just put it on your plate, and it was just seasoned and cooked.
Break it open and go.
Ah,
Oh, that sounds phenomenal.
so good with that crab what is that?
That
Old
boil.
Bay seasoning on it.
Oh, I've got some of that in the fridge.
That's the best.
Yeah, I keep that Old Bay in the fridge. It stays fresh.
Old Bay is my top #1 seasoning.
More than smoked paprika?
All right, #2 seasoning.
How many times have you used that? Is it still smoked paprika?
I bought a new one actually.
Oh,
Get the fuck out of here. That's a lot.
I swear, I threw the old one out because we redid the kitchen and it was covered in shit. So I threw it out. So I got a new one, and the new one I haven't touched yet. So we got a brand new one that I haven't even cracked the seal on yet. I just don't know what to do with it, but it seems like it would be great.
All right, I have a question. This is what I want to start with. If you could live in a video game,
Ooh,
what video game would you live in?
that's a good one. Live in a video game.
Live in a video game.
I'm gonna go with The Legend of Zelda.
I can't fucking stand you. You want to live in the desert? It's like the worst fucking.
No, part of it was you got forest, you got castles, you're shooting bows and arrows and shit.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
Facts.
But every now and then you run into like a giant monster.
I used to play. It was kind of like the first Sims game. That would be pretty dope.
Oh, Sims was cool.
Sims was cool.
Sim City.
Kind of just do your own shit, whatever you wanted.
I'll tell you what I wouldn't live in is Oregon Trail.
Yeah, no.
Too many dysentery deaths.
Yeah. No.
No good. My oxen kept dying.
It's tough to be an oxen in that. You don't want to be an oxen in that
I
world.
wouldn't make it 5 minutes.
No, not at all. Not at all. You know, I don't think I ever played another Zelda game besides the original one.
Yeah, I don't think. Oh, the second one I played, where you're like bigger, you're like this big, and you go in. It's just like a Mario game where you go left to right on the screen.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
Legend of Zelda, the first one, you go all over the place on the map.
Because it's the overhead shitty view.
It's the overhead shot, right? And you have to move the guy around. But in the second one, I think it was called Link or maybe Legend of Zelda 2. I'm not sure. But it was like a guy like this big, like triple the size of Super Mario. And he would run and he would go into like the dark caves and stuff. And yeah, that was, I remember that one. But that's the only two I remember from Zelda. I've never played any others. All right, what game would you live in, Haywood?
Probably Castlevania.
Ooh, vampires and shit.
Yeah,
No.
whips and yeah.
Whips.
All right. Little glimpse into the secret life of Hey, would you blow me?
Yeah, that's why I'm in the living room, not in the whips and chains room.
Okay, that's fine.
I saw somebody was on. I'm getting this guy on TikTok now where he just plays old Nintendo games. And the other day I saw Castlevania, and to see that whole opening sequence that fucked me up again too. It's so weird. So weird. It's such a different time.
Give me a Star Wars game. I'll live in there.
I like where Just Bill's head's at. This is my guy right here. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, just for the awesome music. Hell yeah.
Yeah,
That's good.
That's what I'm talking about. Not only is that good music, though, it's like I feel like they're in a warm, sunny climate. Like that feels like a place where I want to live.
Do you ever play Burger Time? You remember that?
Yeah.
No.
I do.
It was like you get to the second. That game was impossible. You after 10 minutes, you're like, I can't get past this thing because no matter where you go, they just swarm on you. The ingredients, they just come down and get you. You can't get past the second level. You remember Burger Time?
No.
You have to walk over the ingredients of the burger so they fall down level by level and they stack up and make a burger. It was from like the old Atari or Nintendo or something.
Maybe. Here's another question. Do you have a great regret? Like a video game regret, like a game that you never finished or beat?
I
I
don't know
have
if I hang too many regrets on video games.
I have a lot of video game regret.
All right, go ahead.
Paperboy.
Paperboy, I never.
Paperboy.
That's another one that's like burger time.
Yeah,
Got
that
two levels and I'm done.
didn't do very good.
I just remember. Is that your dog playing with a squeaky
Yeah,
toy?
I hope so.
sorry. I can mute.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, I never played Paperboy enough. Like I feel like I only got to. Okay, that's the other thing too. Like if you didn't have a game, but your friend had a game, and then you got to play it. Like I don't want to say the guy's name, but one of our friends in grammar school had Paperboy. I never had it, so I only played it like twice for like 3 seconds, and then I could never get past a certain point. That like haunts me to this day.
Same thing with Back to the Future. You ever play that one?
No, I don't remember that one.
Back to the Future, it's like Paperboy. You're running through the street, and then you get to like the diner, and you're sliding milkshakes across the freaking the counter and stuff. It's
Really?
so weird. It had nothing to do with time travel. It was such a weird game. It was fun though.
I tell you what, my son plays Roblox, right?
Right.
And in Roblox, there's this game called Pet Simulator X, and it's the dumbest fucking game ever. Like all you do is you get these pets who follow you, and then you send them to like mine coins and mine chests and safes and things that like hold money, and you get more pets and stronger pets to mine the coins faster to get more coins.
What?
And then you take the coins and you like buy more pets, and there's just never an end to the game.
Why are all these games these days teaching kids how to mine stuff? Are we going back and are we eventually going to go back to mining for to build our shit and Minecraft, this Roblox thing? Everything is about mining these days.
I think so.
All right.
I think that's where we're headed for sure.
Whatever.
But so the thing is too, though, like if you buy their stuff, you buy like the credits, and then you could use the credits for shit, and so it's a huge money suck. But anyway, you could like trade coins and pets and stuff. So my son got hosed today on a trade. Like, so he wanted this thing so bad, and this guy put it in the deal, and then he took it out, and my son didn't realize he took it out because he had like,
oh, that's bull.
He hit it. He traded him like 40 like pets and stuff, and so my son was crying. He was so upset. It was a moment today.
I got to buy in the thing.
I know. Well, that he started working on me right away for that, but. Anyway, he got hosed in the deal, and we were trying to explain to him, like, that happens sometimes. And
sometimes people are shitty.
Sometimes people are shitty because they're just trying to make money off you. But anyway, the point is there's no point to these games. Like the games that we had when we were kids, there were levels. There was a story. Yeah, there was an end. Like,
except for like the Atari games, those were like, like Pong or there's no end to a lot of those games. Asteroid.
Yeah.
But there's games that are like you play and you just keep playing and you accumulate points. Those are like arcade games. But yeah, you're right. There's like Legend of Zelda, Mario. They all have endings. Do you remember Popeye?
Oh, vaguely remember Popeye.
So you have olive oil on top throwing hearts down at you, and you have to run back and forth and not let Bluto catch you with the big fishes and shit.
Yeah.
That was a fun game.
That doesn't sound familiar at all.
Do you remember that, Popeye?
You don't remember Popeye? Yeah, I remember that. The other one that I regret is the Olympic game. Remember when the one that came with a mat?
I know. Oh, that I don't remember.
Oh, yeah. My cousin had that one.
Yeah. See,
why do you regret that?
I never got to play it really, or finish it, or keep going with it.
You want to talk about what's that?
Ghostbusters. I never finished Ghostbusters.
Oh, yeah, there's dozens of games I've never finished. But if you want to talk about a game, I know. All right, do you remember the board game Mousetrap?
Yes.
Haywood, you remember that one?
Do.
So we would set it all up, and then by the time it's all set up, we wouldn't want to play the game. We'd have it all set up, and then we just make the mousetrap go, and then we're like, all right, we're fucking done.
I don't think I ever actually played the game, to be honest with you. I think we built this stuff, and all we did was just try to catch stuff in the mousetrap, and then we were done.
Yeah, I don't even remember what the point of the game was, how to play it. It's
No
just
idea.
building the fucking thing.
Nope, none of that. Yeah, just build it, and try to catch stuff in the mousetrap, see if it'll work.
Yeah, that's all it was. There was no point to that game.
Yeah. What other board games were there? Was a few that were like that, where they're like 1 or 2 time uses.
I remember playing when my niece was like, I don't know, 6 or 7. We played. I was over their house. We played Candyland. We played it like 10 times in a row. She beat me 9 out of 10 times, legitimately. Like the whole thing is who gets to the end of the the trail first, and she would pick the card that jumped her all the way to the end every time.
You lost to Candyland?
9 out of 10 times.
Jesus.
It was insane. Because, every
Fucking
space
massacre.
you move, you pick a card. And she got the lollipop card. And the lollipop sent you all the way to the end. And you had like 4 spaces left to go. And you were done. And she would get it every time for some reason. I would shuffle. I'd shuffle the cards. And she'd pick it every time. And I'd be like, all right, see? That's it. It's over.
You know what game I love to play, which I could never really say? Mall Madness.
I mean, never say.
I can't say that. It's a girly game, but my girl cousin used to make me play it. I loved it. I was like, we're going to go shopping today, baby. We're going to make this happen.
Is that the one with the phone in the middle of the thing?
I think there's a phone. I remember there's like a credit card thing. You had to go shopping in different like boutiques and stuff.
Get
What was
them, just break out the Easy Bake Oven.
Oh, Easy Bake Oven. See, at least that had some use. There was some purpose to that.
We're always good, but yeah, it was a little too girly for me, I think.
Yeah, girly or not, you still had cupcakes and shit at the end.
What about ice cream makers? Do you remember ice cream makers?
I
remember them existing. Yeah, snow cone thing.
The Snoopy snow cone?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Dog
Those
I
had
had those.
chimney.
Those were good times. All right,
Beat
Beat
My
My Drum is
Drum.
here. What's up, Beat My Drum?
What's happening?
How's it going? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
Yes.
you sound great.
Awesome.
Welcome back.
in. Are you
Happy
back in a
420.
cave?
I'm in my castle.
Your castle? Did I say cave or castle? Which one came out?
You said
Frank?
cave.
Okay,
You said cave. My woman cave. Yeah.
I meant castle.
That's
So
all
you're
right.
still in Spain? I think the last time we talked to you.
Yep. And I was just in New York for like 2 months, and I just got back on Tuesday or something.
Ah, very nice.
Yeah. So
How's Spain this time of year?
it's actually not as hot as New York right now.
Mm,
It's cold,
Oh,
colder here. Yeah.
Cold.
yeah.
Colder. Yeah. It's like,
All right.
like upper 60s or whatever, mid 60s.
I brought you in, Beat My Drum, because I thought you'd be able to lend your female perspective to this conversation of video games or board games. What's I don't, because were video games as big for girls? I feel like they were mostly
The boy thing.
a boy thing.
Mostly, but I mean, I used to play like I don't know. I'm dating myself, but like what was that? The trio of like Atari and
Loved
Atari
Atari.
Tennis and Space Invaders and Centipede or whatever.
Yeah,
was.
Pong.
Those are great. Who didn't play those? Those are great.
Yeah, and then I like dabbled in some of the progressive. Oh, of course, Frogger was like splatting that thing was so much fun.
Frogger's great.
Yeah, but I mean, Lomax and some Minecraft and stuff like that. But I'm not a huge video game person, so I don't know if I can help you very much. I have a female cousin who's completely into it, and yeah, I mean, I know a lot of girls who play hard now, but
There are a lot of female gamers now, especially like the streamer stuff. Like they get on and play like whatever game, Call of Duty and all whatever.
right, yeah,
A lot of girls.
That's so amazing how there's a market for people to just sit there and play video games, and thousands of people just watch them play.
Mhm.
There's girls that play with their hoodies hanging out. Yeah, have you seen these girls?
I know
Oh,
you have,
man.
What channel is that on?
right?
It's on Twitch. I
You
still
gotta
I
pay
don't.
extra for those
Oh,
channels.
okay.
They're doing that on. Wow.
OnlyFans video games.
Right.
What about board games from your youth? What was the best board game?
Oh, Operation was awesome.
Operation.
They're
That
still
was
making
like-
Operation.
That was like the
Are they?
epitome of technology too. You're like, how does it know?
Yeah.
And then I was into this, like, I don't know what it was called. I don't remember what it was called. It was like these two boxers, like plastic boxing. You know, like you had to just press a button and like
Oh, Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
Rock'em Sock'em. Yeah, exactly.
That was classic.
I'm talking very analog stuff here, you know. But
You know what I heard
Yeah.
recently about that Operation game that kind of anybody who's high right now, this might freak you out. But if you look at the game, he's awake. His eyes are open during this operation.
The guy they're operating on?
Yeah, his eyes are open and his nose is a big light bulb. But he's awake.
Cheers.
Yeah,
Hey, there we go.
about that before.
All right, here you go. Coco, I am literally working on my game YouTube video right now. So we got, so
Oh, so Coco
Coco's
is a
vamp.
gamer.
is a
Oh, wow.
gamer.
All right, welcome. Pretty
Can we-
cool.
Can we watch one of her videos?
Yeah, what games do you play?
Yeah, toss the link in there.
So that's cool.
So that's a good, listen, if I did this, like, do you remember, like, these kids have it so together right now. They got like the lighting and the cameras and I would be throwing remote control. Remember the shit you used to say that came out of your 10-year-old mouth?
Oh,
You
yeah.
would blow
Well, that's
a
what makes a
jump.
good. That's what makes a good video. You start letting that shit fly.
Yeah.
You gain views.
The stuff 10-year-olds say now is even worse.
It must be. But I just,
imagine.
I feel like I never see a gamer lose their shit. And I think I would on every episode.
Online war is insane. The stuff people say. It's really toxic.
That's not good.
Right.
Toxic.
My 9-year-old nephew has some words already for the last like 3 years or 4 years. He's a soccer player, and every time I'm like playing soccer with him and I kick the ball into his crotch, he's like, you hit my nuts. You know, he was saying that when he was like 5. I was
Oh, that's funny.
Why would you pick them?
like,
That's not fun.
I didn't do it on purpose. No.
Coco's Vamp is playing Pokemon Scarlet.
I don't know what that is, but cool.
Get up here and lay down, bub.
Are you surprised that Pokemon is not still a huge thing?
Am I surprised it's still a huge thing?
No, not a huge thing. Remember when everybody was playing Pokemon Go and like everybody was fucking playing?
Yeah, but then I feel like
And it went away so hard.
it went away, but I think then a lot of games like that maybe came out. I don't know of any others, but I'm sure that was the first of many games of that type, maybe. So it kind of got lost in the sauce a little bit. But there are still people playing it, I assume, right?
No, I think I think so, but it's just everybody was playing. There was that one weekend where everybody was just like walking
People were
around.
getting hit by cars because they were crossing the street looking for
Yeah.
these things.
Yeah, it
That
was
was
crazy.
insane.
I'm a female Pokemon Nuzlocker.
Hey, you're a Nuzlocker too. If we're thinking of the same thing,
I don't think
probably
so.
not.
I don't think so. I would punch somebody in the face if they called me a Nuzlocker. Just that I don't know what this is, but
That's why we do this in 2 different houses. You Nuzlocker.
But yeah, Pokemon was like really big, and then it went away for a while, and then it came back, but it's not as big as it used to be, right?
yeah, it's really not.
But hey, we got a gamer playing some Pokemon game that maybe
Well-
maybe there's a resurgence going on. Who knows?
No, listen. Yeah, I don't want to take. There's always going to be Pokemon being played, but I'm saying that
Oh, that
it's
was a
not
huge thing. Yeah.
like everybody. Like I would say like I don't know 6 or 8 out of 10 people. That was a lot of people.
It was a lot.
Yeah.
People were downloading it who never downloaded anything before in their lives. They were
Mhm.
playing this game.
Really cool.
Because it was the first augmented reality thing,
Yeah,
right? Where you had your these things interacting in your regular, like crossing the street in front of you, or in your backyard, or it's in your bathroom or something. It's weird. That's some weird stuff.
It was
I
like
can't wait-
pre-Oculus,
Right.
pre-Oculus.
I was just going to
AR.
bring that up. Yeah, Oculus looks like the next big thing. Remember, Anthony, were you playing it by our friend's house?
mm-hmm.
That
Me and
To me-
Janine did it.
Oh
you
yeah,
and Janine did it.
episode.
Yeah,
That's right. And so you were playing it. It looked so real. You couldn't move.
It's so, yeah, I couldn't, yeah. I told that story, I think. You step out on the elevator and there's this little thing and you're like, if you step off, you're just falling.
So did anybody fall off? Like, what did they see?
No, and that's what's ridiculous. You go, I know there's a living room floor there. It's fine, but you still can't.
You don't want your eyes, you don't want your mind to experience falling off a roof.
And I'm convinced that it is what you see, but you really need like two senses to fool you. And the audio is so unbelievable.
It's just like wind in your face and everything.
And it moves, like you hear it move and you hear chirps off, and like you can tell where the bird is chirping from.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
It's totally immersive audio. Yeah.
It's so, I mean, to this, it's amazing that I haven't bought that stupid thing, because I almost did like 4 times.
I think you'd never see your kids again.
I would just never do anything. That's all I would want to do. You know, I started that Ready Player One is on HBO. Have you seen it?
Mm-hmm.
No.
You saw Beat Metro? No. Haywood, did you see Ready Player One?
Not yet.
It's a trippy movie, and that's exactly what it's all about. Like, they create this virtual reality world, and it's so good that nobody wants to live in it. So they live in these filthy trailer towers in Ohio. It's like,
and just
yeah, and they're just all plugged into this thing.
Yeah.
And they don't leave it, and they just interact that way. And but in reality, they're sitting in a chair with the thing on their face.
I feel like that could really happen, because these things are so good. If you could just skip
the people that are making these games, that's their goal, is to make people just do almost everything in this virtual world. I feel like what's to stop them? Why would they stop at, all right, you'll play video games, but then you got to return to your normal life? It's like, no, their goal, I'm sure, is to get you on that thing as much as possible.
Yeah.
That movie where they had like the virtual reality that was linked to like an android that was like a clone of you or something, and you got to like send your android out to the world to go do your job or whatever. You just sat there at the house and
What was that?
What movie was that?
Have you guys seen that?
No,
I remember
I don't
something
think so.
vaguely like that.
I can't seem to remember the name of it, but that's
Oh no, I know what you're talking about.
But you'd still have to do the work. But
I don't want to
That's
say
not the
that.
one. That's not the one where Ryan Reynolds has like a robot girlfriend or something.
No,
Was it Ryan?
I don't want to say what it is now, because it kind of ruins the movie if you know that.
what is
Going into it, I'll tell you later. Yeah, it kind of spoils the whole fucking thing of it.
Chances are Ryan Reynolds or Ben Affleck are in it.
This leads me to another question. Are you think we're going to this virtual reality world, or do you think it's going to be, what's going to be more prominent, virtual reality or AI?
What's the
like
difference?
This artificial intelligence world? Because like now they have all these artificial intelligent things that are doing all these things, so people are like, we're going to be out of work. You know, we're not going to be. There's not going to be no reason to work.
I think there's going to be reasons to work. I mean,
I think it's going to be AI for productivity and AR for entertainment, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe we'll just give up work and just live in the VR world. Yeah, but think about that though for a second. Like, we're advancing so quickly in robotics and artificial intelligence. I saw this thing yesterday that they're always afraid that AI is going to take over the world, right? But they've trained these AI bots to like train themselves.
Oh boy.
And it's already begun where there's these AI robots out there now that are just running themselves.
Well, that's the fear. You create an AI that is smarter than you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
take over the world.
Then you're screwed, because then they figure, well, the problem with the world is people, and they go, well, we got to get rid of people now, and that's if it's a problem-solving AI, we're probably a big problem to them.
But I mean, if you think about it, like, I want to like think about this for a second. The world basically exists. People go to work, right, to make things.
It basically exists,
right? Then you buy shit, right? If you start to have robots that could plant seeds and pull strawberries. If you start to get into this fully automated world where you really don't need workers or very, very few, what happens?
Well, I think that's interesting. My opinion.
Because think about this. I want Frank's opinion. Think about this, though. Think about how much just having to work is a controller on society. You know?
Yeah. Well, now you're sounding like a full-on Nuzlocker.
But seriously though, like I can't do that. I gotta go to work. I can't do this. I can't afford that. I gotta go this. I just, there's always that. Like religion's another thing that's an easy thing that helps control the masses. But I think work's even bigger. And it's like, if we lose that, do you think we live in a utopian society where everything is just getting done for us? Or do you think we just fall back into the warlike Middle Ages of, we have to have, if we might get attacked, so let's just go attack the neighbors.
I'll open it up to the floor. Sorry. Go ahead. I
was just going to say that if we have the AI robots, picking cotton and picking strawberries and all the, doing all the harvesting and everything, maybe we'll have enough food to feed everybody in the world and nobody will have to work to put food on the table.
Like it. Boom.
That's a good point.
You have to worry about
the wine helps.
Yeah.
Like, what do you do then when everybody's like, all right, well, we can make this much more food and everybody again, like, and what's the motive? If there's no.
Well, I think my opinion is, I think if we have AI doing the manual labor and stuff like that, it will free up humanity to move on, to evolve and go to the next step of our being existence.
You think we have a next step?
Well, we have a different step. I don't know if it's next, but it's maybe a lateral move. I don't know.
A sidestep. We have a sidestep.
It'll make us maybe be more creative or open ourselves up. So people that are locked into their 9-to-5s maybe are unlocked from that and get to pursue stuff that they really want to do while their AI takes over and does the mundane shit.
What does that world look like though? Because it's now you have all day long to do whatever you want, and it's not just you, but a lot of people.
Oh, maybe interact. I see it as a positive. Maybe interactions are better. You get to go out and be with people while your AI is doing your work. You get to create and be artistic and do fun things and be with your families and maybe get back to some basic stuff.
Is it even your AI that's doing the work? What if it's not?
The issue is the AI replacing you by like the corporate, whoever you used to work for. So then you've lost your job. What are your resources at that point to go do whatever it is you want to do?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is it right? That's the whole, like, if
you're thinking of it like you own the AI and you're still earning the money and he's out there working.
Well, let's say company, I don't know, whatever it is. Let's pick a company, 7-Eleven.
Warehouse, whatever.
Yeah, let's say whatever it is, Costco has now, let's say I have an AI. I have a robot of myself. Now, does it behoove Costco to hire or create a whole team of AIs, or is it cheaper for them to hire out my AI, your AI, his AI, her AI? Like, what's the next step? How are they able to create a whole team of their own AIs, or do they have to hire it out?
Well, when the AIs get smarter than us, they're going to negotiate better than us. They're going to negotiate better salaries.
Right. They'll negotiate what I programmed them to negotiate.
All they right. So at that point, they're kind of doing pretty cheap. Like they don't need all the food that needs to be processed and all that shit. So like, plug them in and good to go. They just go do their job.
Right. No, they'd be more efficient than we are. Yeah, absolutely.
But what does a society look like then? Because like he's saying, like, all right, and now you got people who are owning all this stuff and not paying people. They're laying people off. But I have all these people all this time.
I think we're heading that way anyway. Like more of our livelihoods are gearing towards the entertainment world anyway. If you look at all the social media and the YouTube and all these things that people are doing now, their jobs are more. I feel like more jobs nowadays are in the entertainment world than they ever were before. And I feel like as we start moving towards that entertainment world, we're leaving some of the what's it called, manual labor world behind us, and maybe AI will pick up that slack. While the next phase in our job evolution is entertainment, maybe creation and artistic stuff. You know,
We're all gonna sing and dance.
they're all going to sing and dance, and who does it the best, and who subscribes to this, person, that person. There are thousands or millions of people that have podcasts and stuff like that. I think it's just a matter of
At least a lot of second income.
where our economy and where our social, where our what's it called, our jobs are evolving to next. What kind of jobs will we have in the future?
Yeah. And there's also going to be a lot more people doing pottery, I think. Just out of
Pottery is good.
just out of boredom.
Pottery's fun. Why not?
Do you think we can get to that peaceful utopian world though, where we're just making shit? But that's what I'm saying. Like when you're doing that, you're giving up on money and society and economy. Like you're gonna be just trading your pottery for
Well, that's what we used to do, but
The barter system, yeah.
Yeah.
My pottery for your 80-inch flat screen TV.
right.
Right.
But that's the thing. Will it be my AI or will it be the company's AI? Like, are you hiring my artificial intelligence, or does the company have its own and doesn't need me? I don't know.
Yeah.
Depends on the contract you sign with the company.
True. See, like with your job, Beat My Drum, I wouldn't want to see AI playing music.
Right.
That you'd want to see people doing that. There are certain jobs I think that you want to get from humanity.
But that's part of the entertainment.
Right.
World,
Exactly. But I think, like I said, I think more jobs are gradually evolving towards entertainment. Even jobs that are physical labor are being recorded for YouTube. Hey, look at me, making this sweater or printing this shirt or doing this thing. They're recording themselves doing it. Yeah, it's manual labor, but you're seeing a person do it. If I saw the same thing happening and a robot's doing it, it's probably not as entertaining.
We could have a lot more open box. What are they called? Open box unboxing videos.
Right. Unboxing, people are doing that. I'm telling you, you go back 30 years, there was like, what, 0.5% of the population was doing something entertainment-wise, maybe less than that.
Right.
And now I feel like we're in the single digits of the entertainment world. I don't know.
Hey, I'm gonna do unboxing videos of new AI robots. How about that?
That's fine.
That'd be good.
I watch.
Glass Mama, let's start getting AI stoned. Maybe it will just get lazy. That's true.
You start getting them stoned. How do you do that? You program them? You write a 420 code?
That would be
420 algorithm.
Awesome about that.
Yeah, that would be nice.
There was I don't know. I saw something, some report on YouTube probably about AI robots making bartending on cruise ships. Have you seen?
Oh
that?
yeah.
I've gone to one of those bars. Sure.
Oh, how were the drinks?
Fine. But when it's funny when we went there, for the first time we did it, we went on a cruise with this thing. It has its own. There's its own bar, and there's these mechanical arms that come out.
Right.
And they grab your cup. They put it in the thing, and then they grab all these liquors and they throw it in and whatever, and then they give it to you. Great. And it was fine. The drink was fine. Tasted normal, nothing crazy. But then the second time we went on a cruise and they had that bar, it was shut down for repairs. So I think AI could only go so much. So we had to go to the regular human bars. So it was fine, but it was a cool thing to see. This arm coming out, shaking the thing, puts it back. It was kind of cool. But the interaction you have with people. I think there's some things obviously that you can't get from AI that people still want from people. And I think that's as we evolve and incorporate AI into our lives, I think there are some things that you can't get from AI that you can get from people that we're not going to get rid of.
Yeah.
As
Some
a
things,
society. Some things, yeah.
Listen, I saw an AI. I listened to an AI song earlier today.
Any good?
Because here's what's going on though. There are sites. Somebody sent this to me this morning. There's a site where you can upload your voice, like you say a bunch of stuff, and then everything, and then you could just upload like paragraphs, just writing, and it will be you reading off those things. So there's people out there now that are like going to ChatGPT and saying, write me a 10 podcast episode arc on how to write the economy and improve your personal finance, whatever bullshit.
Is that how we do this show? Are we getting all our topics from GPT?
But this thing will spit out a script. You can then upload that script into this program, and now it is your voice delivering the podcast, and you could just upload it. So you could do an entire podcast series and not have to say a word. That's insanity. So anyway, so this training thing, you've probably seen it too. They do it with Elon Musk's voice and Joe Rogan's voice. Is kind of the example that's floating around out there. Once you get this thing to train on a voice, you can get it to say whatever you want. And I've heard it, and it's ridiculous. Like, it's amazing. So somebody ran all of Nirvana's records through this thing, and they had to and the AI wrote and recorded a Nirvana song.
Ha!
Everything.
So Kurt Cobain is still alive then?
Yeah.
Losing the entertainment industry to the AI.
What?
I said, so then we're losing the entertainment industry to AI.
Yeah, well, that's my point, right?
Well,
I mean,
I don't think we are. I might listen to that. I don't know. I want to hear, because when you hear music played by people, there's something personal about it.
Organic about it. Something, there's that human touch to it that, you can get stuff from a computer, but when a person writes a song, there's feeling behind it. When a human being writes the lyrics or sits down and you hear like maybe mistakes or whatever it is.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
There's a certain amount to it.
I agree with you 1,000%.
All about the mistakes. Yeah.
I agree with you 1,000% right now. But how long until the AI is good at that stuff too?
Still, if I know it's done by AI, it changes it for me.
How would you know?
Well, if I'm told it's AI, but if I'm told it's done by a real person, then
What if you're not told?
I wouldn't know. Yeah, then I wouldn't know, of course. But if I'm told this is done by a machine or this is done by a person, and let's say it's the same song, I'm probably going to listen to the one that's done by the person, because there's a talent there, where the other side, it's a program, and it's like, it's not as impressive.
So Frank, speaking of talent and real people playing music, so I wasn't live on that episode, but I couldn't attend it live, but I listened to the episode where you played the Dave Matthews songs.
Oh, okay.
And
what'd you think?
And I just wanted to say I appreciate that. At some point, Ant said, I wish my drum was here, and I was like, oh, that's so sweet.
Back me up, absolutely. That would have been great.
I was like, oh man, that was so nice.
I remember, absolutely. That would have been cool. No, that was fun.
Cool.
Who was saying
nice
too?
Little challenge. See, that's the part. That's the kind of stuff you don't get from AI. That personal, feeling behind music.
I mean, I wonder how those computers, how those robots learn. I don't. I still don't understand that aspect of it. Like, how can they learn? I mean, could they ever really achieve something like human emotion and quick reactions to things? And isn't that the whole point of why self-driving cars aren't really out yet, because the quick reaction problem?
Yeah, I'm sure that's a problem now, but let's say 50 years from now, I'm sure they'll have a lot of that solved. But even then, anything like, if I see a painting and I know it's done by a computer, it's not as impressive as if it's done by a person who over hours and hours of time and just painstaking, and it took them forever, and they poured their soul, their blood, sweat into it. If an AI program did it in 10 minutes, it's not going to be as impressive. You know, it's like a calculator can do long division in a half a second, but when a person does it, it's more impressive that a person can do it quickly or whatever. I just like that human, you know, feeling behind everything. That makes a little more. That's a selling point to me.
I agree. I would probably rather listen to a human created musical piece versus anything AI. I wouldn't support. I wouldn't intentionally support that. But when it comes to, you know, just general laziness altogether, like if it's just something for background noise, like how would I? Yeah, I would have to just hope that everything that came into the playlist was just, you know, real.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it's just,
how would you know? It's true. But
Yeah, I
you
mean,
want that human touch to it. Go ahead.
yeah, I mean, like electronics have now been used for decades. Like electronic music is all electronic, but there's loads of artists who use electronic tracks, you know, who use pre-recorded tracks that are played through a computer program nowadays and amplified. You know, rappers have their background music if they don't have a live band. Or even live bands just have some other tracks that are pre-recorded because they don't have enough people in the band to cover all the tracks. So, you know, as long as these things are used as a tool to, you know, to benefit a situation, that's fine. But, you know, taking over the world and, you know, rendering humans useless is a whole other level of.
That's a little dangerous.
yeah.
That shit is coming, baby. Get ready.
I think we have to evolve along with this so we don't become useless. So as AI evolves into things that, something that can do things for us, we have to evolve into something that can be just as effective on another level, I think.
So wait, can AI robots have sex and have babies?
Who knows? Maybe in the future.
Yeah, they could maybe build themselves, or maybe control the other robots that could build them. I mean, replicating.
What if we are AI?
Oh.
All right. What if someone created us?
Preach, Neil deGrasse Tyson.
All right. And we are a system, a program. You know, we're building right now. I saw Neil deGrasse Tyson do this, actually. He was talking about this. We're creating artificial intelligence right now, and we're not at the stage yet where artificial intelligence can be self-aware and know that it's AI or anything like that. But what if someone above us created us, and we're, you know, living our lives, we're doing whatever we do and running on our own, but we're at the bottom rung of the AI ladder right now, where we're creating the next level of AI. Do you know what I mean? Let's get. I don't know who else is stoned out there, but this is some great stuff to talk about. Hey, think about it. You never know if we're a program or not.
Maybe, Frankie, maybe we're just like all little pieces of a circuit board, of the big motherboard, you know?
Could be. There's a lot of things we can't explain.
Oh my.
Deja vu, the whole thing. I heard a theory that there's a built-in thing, like the speed of light is something we can't, as human beings, can't go faster. The fastest thing in the world, in the universe, is light, speed of light. To go faster than that, like that's our game's limit. Like we can't achieve that yet, or at all.
Right.
And so that was created as like a fail-safe. Like, yeah, we like to think there's no limits to technology and whatever, but what if the speed of light is, that's it? That's our limit. And what, you know, who knows? It's one of those things where, would we know? How would we know if we're made up or not, if we're programmed or not?
We wouldn't know. Doesn't that freak you out?
Freaks us out, man. Hey, then it is what it is. You know what? if there's no way to know, there's no use of stressing over it.
Did you ever have a moment
Well-
where you felt like, no, this is the Matrix? Like this is something's not right.
All the time.
It's not. Yeah, there have been. I can't pinpoint them. Excuse me.
Yeah, there's stuff like I know I put something on the counter. I walk away. I come back a half hour. It's not there. I go away. I come back an hour later. It's there. I'm like, all right, something. What the hell's going on? It's just me and my wife living here. We have no ghosts that I'm aware of.
Well, didn't you have a possum living with you?
We
for
did have a
while?
possum living with us for about 8 hours. But I don't think he moved any of our stuff that I'm aware of.
Homeless people.
No homeless people. That's J Sabs.
That's just. Oh, she's got the.
She's got the homeless people in her house. But the possum did leave a nice little present in our kitchen.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah, I had oh man, when that possum left, I had to sanitize the kitchen and the living room. Those are the two
Oh.
places it went. It was fun. It was a fun morning,
I would
That
have
was a
burned the house
weekday.
down.
and I did not take off that day.
With the strength,
Hey, I was up from 3 in the morning till 8 a.m. when the the pest control place opened up. Nothing's open until 8 in the morning. You can't call someone at 3 in the morning and say, "Get a possum out of my house." Not even in New York.
Wow.
what kind of a
Co-
society?
The
Yeah, let
pandemic
AI
ruined
do that.
everything. Pandemic ruined everything, man.
Yeah.
Right? I haven't seen AI get rid of my possum. When AI can do that, then I'll be like, all right, AI, you got this. You're good.
Who's more gone right now, me or Hey, would you blow me?
How you doing, Haywood?
Still here, man. Sorry.
You hanging in there?
Smoking a joint.
All good.
And that guy is. You gotta write me an instruction manual, man. You're
Joints. And I've got hash and I've got dabs and I've got the pipe with flower. I grow my own weed, so I just
oh
have
my god,
everything
Dude.
you probably want. Yeah.
this guy's on a different level.
Yep, that's what I do. I sit and I work from home now, so like I work. I'm in the medical field. We do like health records type of stuff for doctors. We create websites for them to do all their health records in. So and I got to work from home because of they sent everybody to work from home back when the COVID hit. So now I sit at home and I grow weed and I smoke weed and I do my job all day long, and that's pretty much my life. And where I
Down
live
in Virginia.
down in Virginia.
Shit,
Nice.
I'm
Nice.
jealous.
That's
Sounds
you-
relaxing.
You got it made, buddy.
It's very nice.
You listen to the AOA. What could be better?
Yeah,
Right.
AOA on every other day.
yeah.
It's a good deal.
I don't know. How would Frank fare down there though? I don't think too good.
What, in Virginia?
Down here, there's a lot of liquor down here, so yeah, he would do all right.
Hey, there you go. Sounds like I think you think I'm not an alcoholic or anything. I like to partake every now and then, but
Just saying.
I don't drink as much as it seems. What's that?
I said, yeah, I wasn't assuming anything, but you don't smoke. So if you don't smoke, then you like some
That's
liquor.
true.
Plenty of that around here.
That's true. My thing is good food. If there's good food in an area, then I'm all for it. Like I went to Georgia a few years ago, down in Atlanta, and they had some good food down there. Holy cow!
They have
Nice.
some great jazz brunches down there.
In
Oh, really?
Georgia?
Yeah.
Wow.
Jazz brunch is awesome.
Cool. Yeah, we went to a place.
Hey.
It was like this southern barbecue place. It had like the collard greens and the ribs and all this stuff, and they had a live band playing. It was a restaurant that only, I guess it seated maybe 30, 40 people. It had like benches instead of like tables, and it was the food was so good. I remember that just being just a great experience, like pure southern, experience.
I went to some place. I was on vacation with a friend on holiday, and I was on vacation with a friend. And we were driving down from New York to Miami, and we were visiting friends along the way. And we stopped in Richmond, Virginia, and our friends took us to this brunch place because we were there like on the weekend, so it was a Sunday. We went to this place for brunch, and like the whole buffet was in this one of these porcelain bathtubs,
Oh wow.
and it was like full of ice, and all the food was in the bathtub, and it was like,
Wow,
this is
that's
awesome.
something.
That was the best brunch ever.
Wow, that's a memory.
Yeah,
That's really
that
cool.
was fun.
Yeah, it was,
I don't know what place that was.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was fun. But yeah, the jazz brunches in Atlanta were great because, it's just like the weather was great. Well, at least when I was there, just sit outdoors, the
Yeah.
massive buffets, live band playing. It was just really cool.
It's a fun
When-
Really,
time.
really cool.
When you go to brunch, what's the number one thing that you're going for?
Um,
Bloody Marys, mimosas.
right. I don't know, some kind of eggs, usually scrambled with bacon, and
Eggs Benedict.
I don't really do the hash browns.
Hash browns are good. Oh,
That's what I'm
potatoes.
saying. Eggs Benedict
Yeah,
Eggs Benedict will get you out of the house.
yeah.
You can't make that shit at home. Not at that hour of the day.
No, you got to poach an egg, and you got to make the
Smoked
freaking,
salmon.
Yeah.
You got to
you
smoke the salmon, right?
Yeah, hollandaise sauce. I'm not making that.
Think about it. Everything. I'm surprised. Like scrambled eggs, nothing wrong with it. But you could make that at
Yeah.
home. Pancakes, you can make at home.
Right.
It's all accessible at home, except for those damn Benedicts.
You can make
True.
Benedict at home, but it's a process.
No, I've made that sauce one time. It almost killed me. It was horrible.
I could see that.
Fucking lemon and butter and this amount and stir it and fluff it and
See, you've got to do that freaking seafood bake that you did. You got to set
Yeah.
us up with that one day.
Oh,
We got to do it. That looked awesome.
that looked amazing.
yeah, it was good.
You got to come over. Maybe we'd set it up in the yard. We have me, you, J Sabs, our families, and we all just fucking
Families. It sounds like nothing like I want to be part of.
All right, then me, you, and J Sabs. What do you want from me?
Let's invite my mom. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm talking about like our husbands and wives, and maybe your kids if you want,
Mm,
and we just fucking pig out.
yeah, that was. Let me tell you something. That was a good time.
That looked amazing.
Seafood boil is no joke.
Ugh.
Hmm.
I'll go for that right now.
Right now, how hungry are you?
Oh, I'm starving.
I'm dying.
Oh man, I mean,
You were talking about crabs earlier, right?
Oh, my God.
I haven't had crabs in such a long time. Again, there was a place by us that did they have a crab fest every October,
Mhm.
but again, this is April, so we're the furthest away you can be, and well, not the furthest, but it's I guess the halfway point. But I can go.
What are
for
you
a good
talking
crab.
about?
Well, furthest away you could be is November, but I can go for a good crab dish. Some Maryland. Bring me to Maryland, and we'll have good crabs.
Bay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Oh,
Paul,
Virginia
Paul says
people-
a drag brunch for the family. That sounds good.
Drag brunch. That's fine. I
When
mean,
did drag brunches become a thing? I feel like there's such a thing right now.
is that a thing?
Huge thing.
So what part of it is drag? Is the wait staff drag?
Maybe they
No,
do a
it's-
drag show during the brunch.
It's like a
That's
drag
true.
show. Yeah, like they come in, they sing songs, they do material, I guess.
Fantastic. I'd rather just eat and go home. I don't care about any show going on. I just want to eat my Benedict. You want
I
to
don't
put on a
want-
show? Go for it. I don't
I
care.
don't want some artist having to perform through my gluttonous Benedict.
Damn right. I just want to eat my
Consumption.
eggs. And go home. Pass out.
That sounds really weird. I want to eat my Benedict. That's really
Damn
sounds
right. That's what she said.
Because that's what they're thinking. They're up there performing their heart outs, going, look at this fat fuck. Is he going back for some more Benedict?
Got a round of Benedict's
Piece of shit.
table. Those are good. No, hey, listen, drag shows. I got no set them up. Do a show. I'll watch a show. Whatever you want to do, as long as the eggs are good. We got some bacon going. I'm a happy guy.
It should be more of a trough situation than a stage show situation brunch, I think.
Either way, You
Yeah.
give me a trough and a stage show, I'm happy.
I don't know. I saw this thing. There's like a diner in the city where they all sing Broadway tunes, and I'm kind of like, I don't know if I'd want to do that. Really, I could.
You just want to enjoy your eggs.
I just want to eat. Like I'm sure Broadway people that are like, this place is fucking packed every day. So there's but I'm like, I would totally pass on that. To your point.
Yeah, stay away from Christopher Street as well if you don't want to hear Broadway tunes.
Okay. Christopher Street.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see the show. I want to see a Broadway show and then go eat. I don't want both to happen simultaneously.
Do you remember that?
I hear you.
What was it? Jekyll and Hyde. Did you ever go to that Jekyll and Hyde restaurant?
No.
No, I never
You guys
went
never
to
went to
that.
Jekyll and Hyde?
No.
All right. I know it's a gimmick. It's
You
this
think?
thing in New York. I don't know if they had it anywhere else in the world, but in Manhattan there was there may be two of them. Jekyll and Hyde was the restaurant. You go there and it's like a haunted house /
Jekyll
restaurant.
Hyde. There's definitely two of them. You said two.
Whatever. But you go there and the first thing you do is you go in like an elevator and it's like one of these shrinking, the walls are closing in on you, and then you get taken to your seat, whatever. It's a cool experience. And then you're eating and they put on this show and it's like a Frankenstein thing. The monster comes out. All the waiters are dressed as, characters from horror movies and stuff. And I got to say, I was a kid when last time I went there, and I enjoyed it. I know it didn't get, I don't even know if they're still around, but
I have no idea.
to me, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a fun experience.
The only thing like that I remember was like what was the dinner show with the knights and the
Medieval Times.
Oh, Medieval Times.
Yeah, that's the only thing I remember like that, with the themed dinner show type of thing. But I never even got to go to one of those.
Medieval Times was fun too. I went to one of those. That was cool. You root for your team. You're eating chicken legs and stuff. It was cool. And then you
What
go
do you
out.
like? Are you doing like jousting while you're having dinner or something?
They are. I mean, you're sitting there watching. You're the audience. That's all. And and then afterwards you go and you could like take pictures with the knights and whatever. But you're sitting in like the like a stadium style seating and like an oval shape. And they're doing all the stuff in the middle, jousting and sword fighting and stuff. And you're just watching, cheering on. Like every section has a different color, like the yellow knight, the blue knight, the red knight. And you're rooting for your knight and whatever. And it's a fun, it's fun. You bring your kids. It's a cool time.
You gotta have like a 12-year-old birthday party there. That's basically the whole.
Yeah, exactly. It's something you do with the kids and stuff. That's fun. But
That's hilarious.
Jekyll and Hyde was cool. That was cool. We need more fun places. I know nowadays it's all about like the Gordon Ramsay style. Everything's got to be all,
Foodie. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And it's all high class and this and that. But a nice theme restaurant. I liked like the jungle theme one. Remember that one that was in the mall?
Yeah,
That was fun. I don't remember what it's called, but it was fun. It was kind of fun.
They still have those, I think, in Disney. They still have them.
The Rainforest Cafe.
The Rainforest Cafe. That's it.
Oh yeah.
It's
Wow.
fun stuff. What the hell? I feel like, if you want to go eat and just enjoy your meal, go to a different restaurant. But there are places where you can go, you get a good meal, and you have some fun too. I like that.
You are the worst.
I'm the worst because
Fucking
I like
worst.
people are allowed to like things.
You're like, fuck this Gordon Ramsay and his high class food. Let's go to the Rainforest Cafe.
I'll go to a Gordon Ramsay thing, and I'll have a freaking what does he make that thing with the
Wellington.
Wellington beef? Yeah,
Wellington.
Beef Wellington.
Benny
As long as he's
Jellington.
not there to curse you out,
I was still
That's
stuck
fine.
on Benedict.
He's got like 17 shows coming out.
Yeah.
But I'll eat a beef Wellington. I'll go to his restaurants. I'll eat whatever he's putting out. It all looks fantastic. But every now and then, it's you go to a restaurant and they put on a show. That's fun. What's wrong with having fun at a place like that? Let's go back to that. Let's see AI do that.
I think you should be. You know where you need to be living is Orlando, because they have like
I-
thousands down
I
there.
don't need to be living in Orlando.
I think you would be really happy in Orlando.
Okay.
You mean the free state of Florida?
Yeah, with the
Yeah,
freedoms,
right.
Frank.
Oh, sure,
Right,
where
right.
everything's banned.
Village.
Yeah. Where woke
I-
goes to die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember going to visit a friend of ours in Boston, and up there they have the Cheers.
We do
bar.
not know somebody in Boston. I don't know who.
No, friends, when I say a friend of ours, I mean mine and my wife's,
Oh, okay.
not you. So we went to Boston, and they have Cheers there from the show, and it's the actual location that when you see, the outside shot of Cheers, it's right there. So we went there, and
Wait, you went there?
what?
You went to this place?
So we went to the place. Below
Is this
is
called
it's a
Cheers?
place.
Yeah.
Well,
Did-
below down.
did
below, it's
everybody
called
know
the
your
Bull and
name?
Finch. Yes, they did. See, this is where I got the mug.
Wait. Were they all glad that you came?
They were all glad I came. That's what she said.
Listen, you want to be where you want to be, right?
Hey, listen, troubles are all the same. So we went there. Down below is the Bull and Finch, which Cheers is based on. Up
Did you
above
see
it,
Ted Danson?
I didn't see Ted Danson. I was looking though. But up above it is where in the show, if you watch the TV show, they have a restaurant called Melville's, which is up above Cheers. Up there where Melville's would be is a replica
Right.
of the Cheers bar. And you go up there, you have a drink, and it's set up like Cheers, and they have like the little place settings where it was like Norm's seat and Cliff's seat and all this stuff.
Now it's been replaced by AI.
Yeah, right. See them do that. So we went there, and I said, you know what? If I lived here in Boston, I would get a job serving drinks at this Cheers bar, and I would play it up so much. To your point of you would do great in Orlando, you would love Orlando. I would do great in this Boston bar. I would be like the Sam of Cheers. I would have the stupid sweaters that he was always wearing. I'd be like, Norm, every time someone walked in or whatever. And I would play it up so much. We need more of that. We need more people committing to the fun parts of these things. And that's my 2 cents about it. And back to you in the studio.
Who knew you wanted to bring back dinner theater, for the love of God?
I've never been to dinner theater, but I can imagine it's a lot of fun.
Can I tell you something, though? As sure as you're sitting there, Frank has an insane love for Cheers.
Cheers, one of the best shows of all time.
Cheers. Who's the one? What was the spinoff? Frasier.
Frasier, another one of the
Frasier,
greats.
yeah.
These were all shows that Frank used to go to sleep to when he was younger. So, like,
True.
when he says, "I would quit life to go up to Boston and be the bartender," I believe him whole. I feel like that is your happy place.
It sounds like so much fun to be behind the, like, I've never served a drink in my life. I've never been a bartender, never been a waiter, but to be like playing the
Horrible
part
at
of
it.
Cheers, like
Yes.
you're working in Cheers.
Yeah.
How
Just so
cool
you
is
could
that?
tell people the Cheers story and the lore, you would be great at it. But I feel like we've unlocked a childhood memory, like a nugget of, we had a breakthrough. This was a
We
breakthrough.
have, and one day I
was
will
like-
see that dream to fruition.
You know, when they asked Lenny and George about their fucking dream farm and what it would be like tending the rabbits, that was the story you told just now.
That's what you know what? My wife and we went there, we sat in that bar, and I was like, I would do this, and I would be very happy serving drinks.
And I'd tend the barn, right? I'd tend the bar, right, George?
I tell stupid stories that
Tell him, George. Tell him how I'd be tending the bar, George.
and my wife shoots me in the back of the head.
Your wife is like, yeah.
Yeah, keep telling him, Frank, how you'd be Sam. Bang. By the way, that freaking book traumatized me as a kid. I had to do a book report on that, and I remember crying for like an hour after I read that. That was like the worst. My mother, I remember crying to my mother, like, they freaking killed him. What the hell is that? It's like, they could have just ran away. And she was like, I know. But no, what are you going to do?
That was like 1940s voice.
Oh,
They
man.
killed him. What do you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, oh, what are you gonna do? Oh my god. What's the
It's
deal
like the audio,
with Lenny and George?
the audio in 1940s movies. You know, everybody has like a really high pitched voice
They do.
because
Yeah.
they had like a limited.
Lenny and George
spectrum.
on the move.
Yeah, exactly.
Are Lenny and George coming to your community?
You know what? I never got why he remember the guy, the owner's son who wore the glove.
Yeah.
Why? To keep his hands soft for his wife or so? I remember that was.
Yeah,
I
that
still
was
don't
it.
really. I don't get it.
He worked on the farm, and he wanted to keep his hands soft for his wife. You got it.
It was like one hand though, wasn't it? And didn't he put something in the glove?
Vaseline. Yeah. I'm telling you
Lubricant.
that book stuck with me.
It's weird.
That was a traumatizing book.
Yeah.
Anybody out there with kids, don't let them read that till high school.
We read that shit in high school of Mice and Men.
I feel like I read that earlier than high school, and I was
Was
like,
it?
No, thank you.
You might be right. That might have been a grammar
'Cause
school
it
book.
wasn't that long of a book. You know, it was kind of a skinny
Yeah.
book, and I was like, all right, I'll do this for my freaking book report. Big
Well-
mistake.
That's how they get you. The skinny one's the most fucked up one.
Yeah, definitely.
I think
Yeah.
I have to disappear, guys.
Hey, Haywood, pleasure.
Thanks for
Pleasure, my
having me
man.
on. It was definitely a pleasure. Thanks.
Thank you so much. And,
Happy
we'll
420.
see you
Good to
next
see
time.
you. Good to see
Happy
what you look
420,
like.
Haywood.
See you guys later.
I tell
Bye.
you, not for nothing. We have a good looking AOA crew here.
We do.
Yeah. Everybody's
Me
photo
included?
I see. What?
How many people we got?
I gotta tell you something. We are wrapping up. I
Are we
was just
wrapping up?
going
We're
to say-
done?
Wrapping up.
We are we are calling it a day.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
I'm
wait, I
ready
want to go back to the crabs for a second. Talking
Yes.
about
Oh,
crabs
yeah,
again.
sure.
Last word.
Always.
Go ahead, beat my drum.
Oh, well, I was just gonna say because I don't know why I just remembered this now. It was a random thought, but so there used to be this place on West 72nd Street in New York, in Manhattan. They used to have like all you can eat crabs for like 18 bucks
Oh.
back in the day,
Dude.
and it was always on Monday nights. And then years later, I read the book by Anthony Bourdain, which was Never Eat Seafood on Mondays,
Yep.
Because they get the deliveries on Tuesdays.
because they don't fish on Sundays. The fishermen are off on Sundays, or
Oh, boy.
I think that's what he said. So now, when I thought about that, I was like, "Oh yeah, crabs! I ate a lot of those crabs on Mondays."
Were you ever sick from them?
No, actually, I got lucky, I guess. But
Oh, good. Oh, man. Go for it.
Strengthen your system there.
yeah, right.
I tell you,
Yeah.
they used to have Joe's Crab Shack right here on Long Island, and then they closed up. That was a
I
good
know.
place. I like that place.
Yeah, the place is all right. I don't know.
In the beginning, it was okay. Then, just before it closed up, the portions I remember got smaller, and then like the drinks, like they used to give you they used to give you a drink. Like if you paid $7 for an alcoholic drink, they would give you the glass, and it was I have a cabinet full of those glasses. They're those tiki glasses. I literally have like 15 of them.
That's
And they were
hilarious.
great. But then the portion started to get smaller, and then I was like, this is not good. We're in trouble here. And then they closed up. But
You had to. That was back in the day when it was like okay to go to Florida and go to the original Joe's Crab Shack.
Oh, is it still around? Do you think?
Maybe, I don't know. Actually,
I'd hate to see.
I
that
try not to
franchise.
go to Florida at all. You know.
I don't blame you.
My parents took me to a lobster place. Like, you can't believe the lobster. I'm like, all right. And it was for like, I don't know, $14.99 or something. I'm like, this doesn't sound like good. We get in the place. It was like actually a nice looking place. I think they call it Boston Lobster or some bullshit.
And this is in Florida.
Yeah, but it's literally, and it's like it's like a buffet. So they just like throw the lobster down and people just grab their lobster and you can go back as many times as you want. I'm like, how are they doing this much lobster for that little of a price? It was all like the deformed lobsters.
Is it Langoustine?
It wasn't the tiny one. They were regular, but it was all the ones that were like broken, like didn't have like a claw, like that kind
It
of
was
shit.
the Chernobyl lobsters.
It was a Chernobyl lobster.
Those are good. You get 3
Oh,
claws with
God.
that.
Yeah, so
That's nice.
that was
3
that.
tits, 3 claws. Yeah.
Yes. I gotta
right,
say,
Beat
Beat
My
My
Drum.
Drum. Thank you so much. You are
Great to see you
amazing.
guys.
Thank
Thanks
you for
for-
joining.
Thanks
Yes,
for having me
Of
again.
course.
I can't wait till we could do it again.
Absolutely. Take care, guys.
All right,
Take
I don't
care.
think we talked about castles enough with Beat My Drum. I felt like we could have done more castles.
There should be more. Do we have any castles in America besides like the Cinderella's castle?
Ohika Castle. Boom.
Is that a castle? Like an actual castle? Or
It's
is
like
that
5
they
minutes
call-
from your house. It's
But
like
do
a
they? Yeah, but that's like a like a wedding reception place. Is it a real castle? Like
Well, yeah.
stone.
Okay. It's very funny. Yes, it's a wedding reception. That's where all the castles are now. They're wedding reception places.
messed-
It
I
was
want,
a
like-
real castle back in the day.
But I want like a castle where like there were cannons and wars were fought. I want a castle.
I'm pretty sure that's Ohika Castle. I think I'm pretty sure they had some cannons there at some point.
I mean, the front of medieval times looks like a castle. But
That's
I wouldn't
true.
exactly call it a castle.
I honestly swear to God, you need to move to Orlando and start your life,
I
man.
don't think.
Start your life working in theme restaurants.
I think Long Island needs a theme restaurant. What could we do on Long Island that would be a home run?
Better than Applebee's? Is that what you're
Slightly.
okay? Because that's eating good in the neighborhood. I don't know if you heard.
That's true. But we want eating good in the neighborhood plus a theme.
Let me tell you something. Hearst Castle is ridiculous.
What is that?
It's in
California.
It's California. I want to say the San Francisco area.
It's an actual castle. Why? I mean, because I feel like California was like late to the castle game.
No, it's insane. It is impressive by today's standards, but when you
Okay.
think about when he built it, which help me out here, Paul. I don't know, 30s. I'm thinking maybe it was the 20s. I don't know.
Okay.
Like he just had everything, like indoor pools, which was
I mean, is
unheard
it a
of.
mansion or is it a castle?
No, it's a cat. Like it's like he did the whole 9 yards. Like at the end of the long winding road, up at the top of the hill. Like it's
Is
a
there a
castle.
drawbridge and a moat?
I got to tell you, I don't remember. I'd have to look it up.
Now, what makes a castle and what makes a mansion a mansion? I feel like castle is all stone, and you got to have a couple fireplaces, and like those tall fucking things with the what are they called? I don't remember what they call it. The high towers.
Yeah, well, that's what he's got. He's got,
He's
high
got
towers.
that. All right, then I'm good. Then we'll call it a castle.
You got 2 of them.
You got okay. So Mercury 7 says Bolt Castle. The Alamo. I don't know if that's a castle. Hearst Castle in California. Biltmore. Excuse me.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a moat. I don't know if castles on the top of the hill had moats though, because it's all the way
That's
the,
true.
the hell up there.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Belvedere
beautiful.
Castle in NYC. Where is that?
What?
There's a Belvedere Castle in New York.
Not in New York, I know.
I know there's. I feel like in. I want to say Staten Island. There's like, right where the Verrazano Bridge hits Staten Island. There's like a St. George, I think, is the name of the town, and they have like a castle there, like it was from war times, from Revolutionary times.
That sounds right.
There might be a castle there,
Okay.
but that's what I want. I want more castles. Give me some modern day castles.
More castles than rainforest cafes.
Castles, rainforest cafes, and Cheers bars. That's
All right, so we build the castle. How are we going to fund it? We're going to put a rainforest cafe in on the ground floor.
right next to the gift shop.
It's old.
Of course, across the street from the Cheers. If you have more Cheers themed restaurants and bars, I think we'd clean up.
I'm telling you, we're going to watch this episode, and you're going to see the glow in your eye when you're talking about, I'll be fucking running the Cheers bar.
It's so, you know what?
I think you'd be so
love-
happy.
I got to tell you, watching Cheers, it's such a feel good show. The whole fucking thing is in that one place and everybody's friends. And it's just it's such an uplifting show. I feel I loved it. Did you watch Cheers?
Yeah, I watch Cheers.
Yeah.
Not
but
religiously. I've seen a lot of the episodes though.
I'm telling you, they're all
But it's
great
also been
characters.
Dude, I don't think I've watched that show in 20 something years.
Oh, get back into it. It's such a good show. I mean, just watch the first episode. You'll be drawn right in. From the first episode, I remember it's Diane is introduced and it's Sam. It's such a good, like, it's one of those shows where you don't have to, like, nowadays you have to wait like 5 episodes to get into it. And these are half-hour, 24-minute episodes that from the 80s that were just so great. And they didn't need crazy fucking effects. It was just a set. It was like a play. It's like watching a play. And everybody was talented and they knew what they were doing. They were funny. It's such a great show. It's like one of the lost arts, is having a great sitcom like that.
You're so in love. I mean, I've never seen
Cheers
you
and
this in love.
Seinfeld and Frasier, my top 3.
I don't want to start a problem for you, but you don't talk about your wife like this.
I love my wife. My wife is the perfect wife.
She's gonna watch this tape and go, "What the fuck?"
Well, we weren't talking about. If we want to talk about wives, I'll do a whole episode on my wife.
She's gonna be like, "I've never seen him talk about me the way he talks about you."
No. I'll talk about my wife all day, and she's amazing.
What was the pasta in Seinfeld?
What?
Were you full like the what was it? The friggin'.
Oh, what was it? I felt full after the
risotto. The risotto.
No, my wife is amazing, and she knows.
It's not like the risotto. Not like the risotto.
She is leagues beyond the risotto.
You were like all over Cheers just now.
I've expressed these feelings with my.
I'll tell you something. I thought I was gonna cry. I was so into it. You were selling it so.
All right. Well, my wife and I went to Boston, and
now you're trying to make up for it.
No, I'm telling you, we both went, and we had a great time. And I told her this whole thing. I told her I told her my whole thing about if I worked here, I would be the Sam of the place, and I would play the part. That's the draw of Cheers. You want to be like, you want to play up everybody's there. Everybody who's there is a fan of the show. So you want to play it up, right? I mean, if you're there, if you're working behind the bar at the Cheers bar, you probably want to know the show inside out, and interact a little with the
Can I tell you
customers,
something?
No?
Can I tell you something?
What?
And I love your wife, right?
What? Yeah.
But I almost, at this point in hearing you profess your love for Cheers, I almost feel like she's kind of Jada Pinkett Smithing you by not letting you move up to Boston and live the life that you were meant to live.
I don't.
Is she holding you back? Blink twice.
We actually, for a small period of time, we were
because
like,
I'm going to be.
Should we live in Boston? We were there, and we were like, this is amazing. And we were that close to being like, all right, let's move to Boston.
Let me tell you something.
What?
She is wrong to not let you go. But at the same time,
I never asked her to let me go.
Stop
I never
it.
Told
at the same time, she has every right to be concerned. Because if I was her, like, it's easy for me to be like, she's being an asshole. She's Jada Pinkett Smithing you.
If
I was her,
I'd have a lot of questions.
But if I was her, I would be like, if I bring him to this place, I will lose him. I will never have his love again. He will be
true.
His only love will be Cheers, and I will be the secondary person. I kind of get it now. While you're still here, I'm back on her side. This is amazing.
She will be my Diane, and she'll work. We'll be side by. We'll put on some. We'll do some lines from the show. It'd be great. I'm telling you, anybody who's watched the show Cheers, you know what I'm talking about. It's a great show. It's one of the all-time great shows. And to have a place that is actually from the show, that's a cool thing. I think more sitcoms should do that. There should be like the Seinfeld. Obviously, there's a Seinfeld restaurant, but there should be. I mean, give me another example of a set like Central Perk.
Central Perk is
there should be a Central Perk. Is there a Central Perk set up like
somewhere
the one from Friends?
I can't tell if it's permanently there or if it's part of like a traveling thing. I don't know. But The Office does the same. There's a couple of shows that do travel.
Yeah. No, I get it, but like there's places like Cheers is in Boston, and so they have it in Boston, and it's like a hub, and it's where people go for that thing. So if there's an office, but they did it in Scranton, shouldn't they do like a place where you could, like each sitcom has a location that's central to its plot, right?
You're talking crazier than me, but I'm with you. Yeah.
There should be more of that. Like, give me any other sitcom.
And they should be restaurants.
It doesn't have to be restaurants, but it could be places where you go and interact. And you know, if people who are huge fans of those sitcoms would flock there, it would be great. It's like
Cheers
like
needs Frank to do marketing for them. Dude, I'm sending this to Nick at night.
Send it.
They're gonna cut a promo. Let's
go, baby.
What's the other TV land? I'm gonna send it to TV land.
Send it to TV land. Send it to Pix 11. Whatever it is. I'm in, you know, I'm telling you, Cheers. One of the greats. Top.
Is it good? Because I haven't heard you say.
Well, I'm just, you know. What are your shows? What are your top 3 shows?
No, we're not here to talk about me now, man.
Give me 1, 2, and 3.
I don't know what my top shows are, but I will honestly tell you, I've never seen you more in love with anything in my life than this fucking Cheers idea.
Well, we were talking about it, so I got passionate about it.
I've never seen you get passionate about anything.
That's not true at all. Hey, the new Metallica album just came out yesterday.
Let me think about this. I don't even think I've seen you get this passionate about Metallica stuff. But
well, the new album just came out yesterday, and I haven't listened to anything outside of the 4 songs that were released before the album came out. So there are 8 other songs that I haven't heard yet, and I want to maybe do a reaction videos to them.
Do it.
So, yeah, I want to. There's 8 songs that I haven't heard, so maybe I'll do 8 separate videos on those.
We'll put them out.
The reviews, everybody's going nuts over this album. Everybody's saying it's
really good.
It's an amazing album. Have you heard the 4 songs that were released?
I've heard Lux Eterna, and I don't think maybe one other one, but I don't know what it is.
Oh yeah, they. I mean, it's metal, man, all the way through. They're heavy. I mean, they're 60 years old, all 3 of them. Well, 4 of them. You know, they're like 59, 58 around there, but they're still fucking nailing it, man. I'm sorry, but
I can't believe Lars is still going.
They haven't lost anything.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
James's voice sounds great. You know,
you're deflecting now. You're trying to deflect us off of Cheers. I see what you're doing.
I'm just trying to change topics. Do we want to keep talking about Cheers? I'll keep talking about Cheers.
It's okay.
You know, I'll have the Cliff Clavin fries. You know, I'll have the the Carla, nachos for the table.
Carla Mare, come on, man. You're not going to get the manager gig. All right, that's it. We gotta see. I tried to end it 37 minutes ago.
Well, you get me on a Cheers rant. This is what happens.
Yeah, Cheers came up, and that's it. That's all there was to it.
Hey, plus that Frasier's coming back for another. I don't know how many seasons.
Is that right?
Frasier's coming back, and guess what? It's going to take place in Boston, where Cheers is.
This is your moment. This is your.
They might go back to Cheers. Who knows?
They're definitely going to go back to Cheers. How could they not?
Right?
Cheers coming back. Are you excited?
I'm very excited.
All right.
So I take it that by the sound of the music, we're wrapping it up.
Yeah. Sorry to everybody that we didn't get to. Thanks to Beat My Drum.
Hey, would you blow me?
Hey, would you blow me?
You guys are great. Thank you so much having us on. This is the 420 show. And we had a good time. Anthony's on gummies.
I had an awesome time.
I'm on a fair amount of tequila. And I never got that whole thing with tequila and the worm.
Neither did I. That doesn't make any sense.
Why would you put a worm in there?
So fucking stupid.
Does that do anything to the... That's dumb.
They wouldn't do that shit at Cheers, am I right?
Definitely.
Show me potato salad.
Maybe we should go now. Go ahead.
Happy 420, everybody.